I guess I should start this show by apologizing for the show that is now on Patreon. I am sorry to our guest Avery Quinn and all the things I said about people in his life. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you want to know what it is, it's on the Patreon. This is not me doing a clickbait thing. We've just promised them we won't put it out on YouTube. It's a very funny episode. I kind of ran with a joke that maybe I beat to the ground for maybe the entire fucking show. He was really cool about it. And I'm sure it's fine. Mike O'Donnell was a great guest. Avery was a great guest. Bobby was a little hesitant in everything I was doing. I'm taking all the blame. But if you like to watch me just fucking not let a joke fucking go get on the Patreon and check it out. That being said, Frank, take it away.
Thanks, Pat. Welcome to the Pat Oates POS show with Pat Oates and co-host Bobby Tamburo. Love the music. We have a special guest tonight from the Dinklage Dave show, Andrea Bryant. Welcome, Andrea.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Frank, when the music comes on, you got to bring the power. You got to outdo the music.
You want to know something? To me, I was bringing the power.
You had nothing. How are you? You're not dead. How are you doing?
No, I'm fine. I'm back to almost normal.
Have you ever been normal? That intro?
My normal. I'm there. I mean,
no, Bobby, he didn't talk about you in the intro at all.
80-year-old normal.
Right, Bobby? He didn't mention
No, he didn't say my name at all.
Nope.
But he's also dead. Like, I was just
Didn't I
saying
say his name?
Dead.
No, you went
not once.
Pat Oates show, Pat Oates show, Andrea.
No, I didn't. I said co-host Bobby Tamburo.
Nope, you said Pat Oates show, POS, Pat Oates show, Pat Oates show, Andrea Bryant.
What did you hear?
I'm gonna go to the replay. We need to go to the replay on this.
You have no replay.
You want to redo it?
Shit.
No, I don't want to redo it.
No, we better do this episode before the fucking hamster keeping my internet going dies. You might notice this episode looks like shit again. It's because apparently in 2022 I can't get goddamn stable internet. It's fucking mind-boggling.
I don't care. I even think an unstable Bobby is still a great Bobby in my mind and my eyes.
Hey, Biden, you want me to stay at home? Get me some fucking high-speed internet, you piece of shit.
Well, there goes our patron Joe Biden. Now we lost him. Damn it. Thanks, Bobby. Frank, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm much better. I'm healthy. I'm back. I can't wait to get back on the stage next week. So I'm ready.
You're going to get sick before next week.
Why?
Because you're 80 fucking years old. Stay in.
It comes.
Don't tell me he looks good. That's the shit that's making him go back outside. If all these fucking people will stop telling him he looks good, he doesn't look good.
I was gonna say he didn't look a day over 79, but
but that's not good. Nothing looks good when it's gray. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. It's over, Frank. Stay in, stay safe.
God willing, you'll be 80. And let's see what you could do at 80.
First of all, God is not paying attention to you nor me at all. He gave up on us a long time ago. If there is a God, he wouldn't have allowed a thing that made a cartoon version of you behind you. All right? God would not have done that. That's what the world is. We've become so egotistical. We are our own God. You have a picture of yourself behind you, you fucking heathen.
You know something, Pat? Unfortunately, this is not a cartoon. This is really a portrait of me taken by a known photographer in Connecticut.
Frank, I can find that emoji on my phone, so shut up.
Yeah, because I sent it to you.
No, because my mom has one too. Take the goatee out.
Why do you gotta go blah, 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 blah?
I'm not going to listen to you about technology, the guy who started racism and also has said, Bobby, and you quoted many times, that he was alive. When he was a child, pedophilia didn't exist.
Huh.
Yeah. Frank
were you lamenting that it didn't exist while you were a child?
Yeah, Frank.
I'll be back. Hang on.
Let me know when you're finished.
I'm finished.
All right.
Bobby,
if I give
tell you, I was on radio before there was television.
Okay. Now you're on the podcast. You haven't moved.
Now I'm on a podcast.
Was it ham radio, though?
It was ham and cheese radio.
It was a ham radio in the Pacific, okay?
Ah, damn.
Yeah. It's called The War. You were in the war.
Yeah.
No, he ran away. Andrea, how are you doing? We were just talking beforehand. You had a show last night. How'd it go?
It went great. I showed up and they told me, "Hey, guess what? You're hosting." I've never hosted before, but it went great. Had an awesome time, and hopefully be doing some more.
Did you have to deal with anybody being a bit of a diva when you have to bring people up? The best thing about being a host is when someone's like, "I need you to say this. It's very important if you use this credit." Or I know my name is John Jones, but please call me the tugboat captain or some shit. Did you have to deal with anything like that?
Thank God, no. Everyone was pretty cool, and I was definitely put on my customer service face. "Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm the host. All right, I'm going to bring you up. Do you want the light at 1 or 2 minutes?" So yeah, I didn't get any crap from anyone, so that was nice.
You're doing it in New York, so I wonder if you're like not only asking their credit and how to pronounce their name, but also asking their pronouns.
Oh, I didn't do that. Well, I guess that's another bridge I'm going to be burning here in a little while. Yeah.
But that's awesome. It went well. How much time did you do up front?
Like 7 minutes.
Nice. And then do you do any time between or just bring people up?
Mainly just brought people up. I'd try to tag a joke, maybe throw another one in if it was kind of a little bit of a quiet set proceeding. But yeah, it was a fun night.
It's always smart to do that. If they leave on a good note, let the next comic ride the momentum and get out of the way. If they fucking stink up the joint, you don't want to go too much, but you want to do enough to go, it's going to be okay here, because they trust you as the captain of the ship to make sure that all the things are going to be good. So like choppy waters happen. They're like, no, she's promised us she's going to steer us through this. So you don't want to shit on the person until unless that's your thing, like me, and they understand it's what it is, or you know them well enough where it's okay. But you don't want to be like, how that motherfucker? You want to kind of ignore a stinker, you know what I mean? Because you don't want them to come back and haunt you.
Right. No,
I'm a big fan of the Frank approach, which is the opposite. So if a comedian kills, just ride that high in all of your jokes until it's dead, and then bring up the next guy. And if he stinks, get out of there quick and bring the next one up. Let them sit.
I like
that.
Frank does like that approach. And Frank's other approach is that if you're black and you brought more than 10 people, you get the headline.
That's just good logic.
Yeah.
It's always our shows. It's like, why is that guy headlining? He goes, Sorry, Dr. B. I don't think he's watching. But we're okay.
Yeah, probably not.
No, there's a couple guys that they go last because they do bring a lot of people, and Frank does the bringer thing. But Frank does a bringer thing like no one else, because Frank actually pays people to do the bringer, which is nice. For every person you bring, Frank throws you $5. So what was that?
That's
Frank?
Great.
Roy Legions one time brought 49 people for his first time ever.
Holy shit.
Dude's in the back. He goes, "This isn't normal, right?" I'm like, "No, dude."
Were you there the last time he was there?
No, the last time Marty did it, I didn't do it.
You know how many he brought? 47.
Nice. And every time he does it, he doesn't do it often, but when he does it, what was that?
Somebody got a text. I thought it was me. That's why I went and grabbed my phone. I was like, oh shit, I got a text, but it wasn't me.
I thought it was the tugboat captain I mentioned earlier. I just heard, but no, it's fine. It's just funny. But Frank, every time he does it, there's usually a death in his family, and that's why everybody comes. That's the worst part. Like the first time he did it, he thought 5 people would come, but his mother had just died, so everybody felt bad. So like the world, he thought like 5 people were coming, and he's like, "Dude, everyone I've ever met is coming here because they feel bad for me." And then he did it a month and a half later, and his grandmother died. He's like, "Fuck!" And like 38 people came.
He always ties it into a wake.
Well, he's not trying to. I don't think he's asking them to die, Frank. He's not asking them to die. It's just.
Frank, does that irritate you because death is so close to your door? You don't want that spread to you?
Me or Frank?
Listen, if it's my time, not like you, I'm going. I mean, I've done my time. I've done my thing. There's nothing else left.
I'm looking. 8:02 is your time. It's in 1 minute.
Whoa! Don't do that, dude. That's fucked up. No, don't. It's not, Frank. Don't listen to him. That's bad juju, Pat. That's not good.
Calling someone a Jew twice isn't cool either.
Real quick, speaking of juju, if you see,
stop saying juju.
He's saying juju.
I know we have a lot of Connecticut fans. If you see Avery Quinn at a show, even if you didn't see the Patreon, just pull him aside and whisper in his ear, "I've seen the Patreon."
just all you say to him is, "I'm very happy for you. That's it. Why? I go, I saw a past podcast. That's all you say. Say, I saw POS. I'm very happy for you.
That's perfect. Just leave it at that. He won't know what to do.
And he will be back on soon. He was a tremendous sport. Tremendous sport. I was a dickhead. I will admit that. I was funny.
Yeah.
It was well worth it.
No one's disputing that.
Yeah. Because I know when I'm not, when I'm doing that, Bobby and I have a thing now. We know each other well enough. When I'm not being funny anymore, and it's not work, because with Mike O'Donnell's on, it's not fair because Mike will instigate me and get me going. Because Mike will laugh at the evilest shit there is. So like I'm just getting excited because he's laughing more, and then he jumps in and tags things even wonderfully. Worse, he keeps it going. And like then we'll finally stop it, and then he'll throw one little thing back out and go. But Bobby will either give me a glare that I can feel through Zoom, or say a line that I understand means something different that says "cut the shit." We didn't really get that last night. Like,
no, Mike is a terrible barometer, though. That is a good point.
Yeah.
He really instigates things.
As Frank knows, the bad barometer in Connecticut is Dave Hintz. I tried to get Dave on tonight, but he had some class he had to do. But Dave is also a terrible barometer because Dave, when you hear Dave laugh in the back of a room, it means you said the most fucked up shit there is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Bad. You know, in that regard, it's like if Gino laughs at something you say.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like,
it's almost like
that's not for people.
That. Yeah, it's like an anti-joke kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're happy that they're laughing and you're having fun, so you continue to go. And the next thing you know, you're saying things that could ruin a relationship. Anyway,
which is why it's so fun to do comedy with Gino Bisconti, because even if your joke bombs for the audience, he's going to enjoy it.
Yes.
If that sounds like an experience you would like this Friday and Saturday, please, for the love of God, come to Scotty's Comedy Cove. I don't have much going on in my life anymore. I don't even have the internet, apparently. Please come to Scotty's.
Okay. So Bobby,
where is Scotty's?
New Jersey.
Springfield, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
thanks, Andrew.
The good part.
Yeah, it is actually pretty nice.
Performed there with Dave Landau.
Yeah.
Sold out room. She killed.
Yeah. I mean, I had nothing to do with any of the ticket sales, but
no,
yeah.
I've never done Scotty. I don't know anyone that runs Scotty, so I don't know those people. But
well, Gene's a nice guy. Let me tell you, it is.
Oh yeah.
The pinnacle room of Springfield / Montclair, New Jersey.
Throw a word for me when you're there.
I certainly will.
And you and I can go.
I certainly will.
That'd be fun. And Frank's ghost could come.
Yeah.
It's 8:03. Frank died.
Once again, Frank, you've defied the odds. When those doctors gave you that HIV diagnosis back in the 80s, we all thought you were done for.
Hey, Bobby, it's 9 to 5 that I won't make the end of this show. So I just want to let you know.
That's the song I'm going to play at your funeral, 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Huh.
Frank, we were actually talking about you on Morning the other day because we looked at a video of a streaker getting tackled. Mm-hmm. They're like, you just can't get away if you streak. And I was like, that's not true. I know a guy who not only got away, decided to go back and streak again.
That's right.
Damn.
That's true.
Yep,
but those were the old days when you could do that.
Okay, Frank, you couldn't do that. That's why you got arrested.
Well, minor thing. I mean, so I was, so they put me in cuffs. I spent 8 hours in jail, but it was a nice view. I was in the Pasadena jail and they saw palm trees out there. It was nice.
Frank, out of everyone on the show, most people in the world, I love you more than anyone. I will admit that to the world. You're my favorite humans in the world. I made this very clear.
Right.
But we need people your age with your mindset to die so the world can move on. Because what you just said is what's fucked up. I'm not woke in any fucking way, shape, or form. But for you to say it was okay back then is how most shit starts. Okay? It's
not my shit.
Yeah, it's okay to be naked. It was okay to force that woman to blow me. It was okay to hang up that black guy. There was
a time before pedophilia.
Nothing to do with the prank.
It's a time before pedophilia. That's the name of your documentary when you die. Bobby and I are going to make it A Time Before Pedophilia, the Frank Morgallo story. Now, Bobby, that's a t-shirt.
I think it should be more like the dinosaur movie, Land Before Time, the Land Before Pedophilia. Like, could be an
Frank,
animated.
You don't have to go that far back.
Of that picture behind you, please.
A Touchosaurus Rex comes out and
cracks open an egg and fucks it.
The egg's like, I was asking for it. It was a hot hatch.
They're not hard shell eggs. They're soft and leathery and warm.
Well, they start off soft, Andrea, but at the end. See, Andrew's the only guest that ever made pedophilia fun. Thank you. Everyone else gets all weird about it. It's like, because we're in a time machine. This is a time before pedophilia, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
And by the way, Bobby, I've said it before. I'll say it again. The T-shirt we should make is "Are you pedophiling me?" That's a good T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I'd wear that.
I like it. We got one person. Our model.
Actually, I'd like that to be my mask for my morning commute, so I can get punched in the face.
You pedophiling me. Someone's like, please, we know we asked you to wear a mask. Please, you, ma'am, don't.
Yeah.
But keep staying 6 feet away. You're like, well, that's like 2 kids. 2 kids away.
Exactly.
So, Bobby, you got anything fun to share, or should I do a story?
Let's do a story, and then maybe I'll
right.
come up with something fun to share.
All right. I know Frank will have some shit. Because
He
that's what
always
Frank does. I'm hoping he has something.
I guess
Hold on, I got to do this quick because you were sharing sound, and there we go, and doing this thing. This is a story I don't even need to read. I think everybody knows about it. Everyone's favorite midget has been on the loose. Peter Dinklage is mad. He's fighting mad. He's not just a little mad. He's regular size mad. Peter Dinklage is mad because the Walt Disney Company is making Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And he's like, fuck this. It's a bad story. It's not good for other little people. It's, as he put it, a story about little people living in a cave like animals. Now, that is not the story of Snow White. And a lot of people are mad going, dude, they didn't live in a cave. I've seen many people correct Dinklage, who thinks he's the Martin Luther King of freaking midgets. And he's out there. He's like, he's the midget Luther King. And midget Luther King's out there. I'm not the new MLK. And he's been telling everybody that it's a story that it's bad for this, but people are saying, people that are fans of Walt Disney are like, how dare you? It's dwarves. They have a job. They work hard. They love being in the mine, but they do live in a nice cottage and they love their lives and they're all happy. One of them's even named fucking Happy. And then people that are also a fan of little people are like, dude, we get it. You're the George Clooney of midgets and people pretend that you're a regular guy. Listen, if you're someone who watches one of those movies with him in it in a lead role and he's not supposed to be a midget, there's nobody, I don't care how woke you are, that's watching going, yeah, he's 6 feet. No one's fucking thinking that. Yeah, everyone's like, holy shit, look at that midget trying his little best. They're not thinking that. But with his stance on this, and they do cancel the live action, which they're thinking about doing, you take away 7 jobs of little people. Here he is preaching the choir, but they're getting that job. Most people aren't good actors like this little motherfucker, and he's out there talking about it. I get his point, but you're going to fuck up other little people, and chill out. It's a Disney movie. Without fantasy and cartoon and all that, there is not a place for midgets. Okay, I'm sorry. If they were regular people, we wouldn't look at them and go, get all scared when they show up in porn. All right. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Peter Dinklage for making a stand in a movie he's not in? If this was 15 years ago, this is before Lord of the Rings, when he was doing Simon Bar Sinister and fucking Underdog and playing the elf and all that shit, he would have jumped on that and played Grumpy in 2 fucking seconds. But now that he's the king of the tiny people, now he's all upset. Is it him for saying something? Is it all the Walt Disney fans for correcting him on the story? That wasn't his point. It doesn't matter if they live in a cave. Yes, it is a weird story about tiny little creepy people finding a passed out bitch and all of them watching her, waiting for a real man to come, not little people. Or is it the other little people for being upset because they feel like their jobs are going to be taken because Dinklage is better than them, because he legitimately is, in a saying I say a lot, he legitimately is the tallest midget in this scenario. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Andrea, you go first.
I'm gonna go with Peter Dinklage. He's got a problem, how little people are portrayed. It's like, hey, motherfucker, did you get to the end of the story with the date rape where like Prince Charming comes in and kisses or does whatever to, a woman who's sleeping and can't give consent? I mean, that's that's the bigger issue to me, not how midgets are portrayed. It's like they're not like they're living in a tree and baking cookies. So who cares?
They're close though. I mean, they are close. It's very close to being a Keebler. I think Keebler elves are based off the Seven Dwarfs when you look at them.
Probably, but that was for marketing purposes. So yeah.
And if you're a little person, you're like, well, I can't even date rape her. There's 7 of us. Why couldn't we gangbang her? They're not even allowed to be sexual.
Yeah. It just sell it off. Yeah, sell off the rights to Pornhub and make that version. Yeah. I'd watch it.
I don't know if I
masturbate furiously.
I don't know if I go to completion, but I definitely would check it out. You know what I mean? I don't know about furiously, but maybe feverishly. I would go with.
Yeah.
Frank?
Yeah.
Okay, you are talking to me?
Yeah, that's how the show works.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Pat. I was so upset about this story. I mean, you can't believe how upset I was. I'm going to say one thing to him. Grow up.
Oh, how dare you, Frank? How dare you? He can't grow up.
What?
He's little.
No, he's got to understand.
He can't grow up.
He's got to understand there's a portion of the population out there that lived with those 7 dwarfs and Snow White. They're
dead, Frank.
Heroes.
They're dead.
I went to the movies many times to see that movie, and he's trying to take it away from me. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
That's right.
That's
he's
your stance,
a piece
Frank.
of shit in this story.
He's not taking it away from you. He's not, Frank. He's not canceling Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. He just doesn't want the live action version. Which, by the way, live action versions suck for the most part. I like the Lion King one, but for the most part, the magic of them is the cartoon. I know they think that CGI makes it better, but the animation what makes it cool. Not everything has to be for adults. This is supposed to be a kid's story.
That's right.
It's a dark ass kid story.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I mean, animation is what where they could grow from and make things
Stop
real
saying
that aren't
grow.
real.
He can't grow. You told him to grow up. You said they have to grow. That's his thing. He did it. He was born. He was done.
I think he should just go crawl back under a rock.
First of all, how do you become a midget actor and keep the name Dinklage? Dink is a tiny name. You know what I mean? He should be Largelage or something like that. Dink is not the name you want as a tiny guy.
Yeah, his stage name should be ironic. Yeah.
Jumbo
Like,
Shrimp
yeah,
Dinklage.
And Peter Magnum, is whatever.
Joe Cock. That's just his name. Bobby, are you there? No, I don't know. Bobby's having the technical difficulties. Maybe Bobby was upset because he's shorter and he thought this was a shot at him.
Whatever. Bobby's taller than me.
Bobby is taller than you, but you are not. But you don't have a beard and look like a dwarf.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
true.
Bobby does. I'm just saying you don't look like one. People could do that. They're going to be rude. Bobby is tall enough not to be a midget, obviously, and so are you.
Yeah, I think the midget of Compound Media was Michael Malice, and now I think the de facto is Aaron Berg. He's right about my height.
I never met Michael Malice. Was he that small?
Yeah, he's my height.
I knew he was short, but I never met him. Yeah,
I got a couple pictures of them, and yeah, he actually might be a hair taller than Berg now that I think about it. So yeah, Aaron Berg all the way.
Yeah, but Berg is so big that he almost looks taller. You know what I mean?
What
I mean? Like it's his muscles are so big that you forget. Like it's the same thing with fat people where you don't know how tall they are. Like there's anyone who weighs over 400 pounds and they ask you how tall they are. Think about it. You're like, you don't know. Like you'll think like maybe they're 6 feet and you see them and they're 5'6", and you're like, shit, because they're so large you forget about the height.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
you're so overwhelmed by the other dimensions. It's
Yeah, when you see a mountain, you're not like, you don't know how large the range is. You just go with the girth and the height, but you're like, I don't know how far it goes.
Yeah.
I guess
no idea unless I'm looking at it from. That sucks.
He'll come back. It's how he always does. We'll talk about this for a second while he's not right there in the second, but Bobby's bummed out, and I'm sure you are too. The loss of a tremendous show, Eastside Dave, and this week has been very tough. How was doing the last episode?
It was actually really fun. I didn't know until Roy showed up. He goes, "Oh, this is our final episode," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever." He's like, "No, I'm serious," and I was like, "Oh, you're serious? Oh shit!" So
I knew because Bobby had let me know, but said my brother's a monster fan of Eastside Dave and Compound and all that.
Kidding. Oh, that's awesome.
So, but because of that, my brother, Bobby's like, don't say anything, not even to your brother. and I knew like I think he knew like 2 or 3 weeks before that it was going to be coming soon. It was going to be ending. He didn't know it was over.
Yeah,
but then you guys having to do that show, it's fun, but it had to be like heartbreaking.
Yeah. I apparently am like the kiss of death for every show that's left Compound, because like the last affair one, I got the closing line. But like we didn't know it was the last show, and then it was like, oh, I guess that was the last show. And then Eastside Dave, I was on it for the last show, and then they let Talib come back to record his last show today, and I was there for that. So it's like, oh man, I'm
but they were already
fucking Grim Reaper.
You didn't do it. You came on after they knew they were gone. You didn't go on. Then they said, "Fuck this."
Yeah. Oh god, they're having Andrea on as a guest. Get him out of here.
Yeah, now you're on this show and Frank's gonna die. So like that's crazy that you're just the Grim Reaper of everything.
I know, right? Just going around killing
Frank, if you
people.
die and ruin this bit for me, I'll be pissed.
No,
it's only funny if you're alive.
I'm gonna try to make you relevant. I am. I'm gonna stay alive.
Thanks. It's not gonna work, but if that's your fight, you should just die now. Bobby, did you hear any of the Dinklage story?
Yeah, the piece of shit's Comcast. I get it. Your main business is stealing my fucking data, but in reality, just provide me with fucking Wi-Fi, you cocksucking pieces of shit. No, the reality is I have a hard time anybody appoints themselves the king of a group.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, why does Dinklage get to speak for everybody? I get that there's a consensus, but then at the same time, you've got guys like Brad Williams who are like, no, call me a midget. I'm a midget. You know what I mean? And he has just as much right to say that as somebody else. So maybe you say, hey, I didn't take a spot in this movie and I wouldn't for these reasons. And then people who look up to you can listen to you and go, okay, that's a way to think. But at the same time, if there are other adults who have made a decision for their careers, why do you get to go? That's ridiculous. Fuck off.
You know that Brad Williams actually did speak up?
Did he really? No, I didn't.
He actually took the point you said. He said, hey, it's providing jobs for other little people. Chill.
Yeah, and they're adults too. Like it'd be one thing if
Not
it was,
really.
but it'd be one thing if it was like developmental disability, where you could make a reasonable argument that person doesn't have the same ability to make decisions for themselves. Like this is somebody who's not that way. It's putting them in a box that you shouldn't.
I want to put one in a box. Poke holes in it and keep it.
Aww.
Can we get one, Bobby? Can we?
Yeah.
What are you doing now, Bobby? Oh boy.
Oh, well, that's.
What the fuck?
I like it.
Oh, Bobby.
Very nice.
Is that what you left to do?
No.
What kind of product do you have in your hair, Frank?
I don't know.
This is the greatest thing. This is fantastic.
I don't know how to stop sharing.
You're like, damn you, Comcast. Comcast made this. Frank, don't ever pose your face like that again.
Oh boy. I mean, that
I don't
would.
even think you spelled pedophilia right. I don't care.
It doesn't
definitely
matter.
That character, that insult, it looks something like me. Is it a family member or something like that?
Someone's member was in you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. Woo!
I got fucked by a dinosaur.
You know, I feel like a little person now.
Oh no, you can't say that.
No, Frank, that dinosaur would have killed that dinosaur to kill the midget. It just fucking skewered you. It's fine. You were loving it. You see that? Your hair was beautiful.
Yeah. What kind of product do you use, Frank? Looks great.
In those days, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Pterodactyl cum, Andrew. Oh, Bobby's like, yeah, I'll pretend like the internet's down. I'm gonna go make this.
No, dude. I was doing that while it was going. I'm that good. But
Is that what you yelled at him about? Hey, Frank, leave me alone. I'm trying to work.
Hey, Bobby.
I'm going to get you, Frank. I'm going to show
Bobby,
you.
How long do you have that, whatever you want to call it, that image of the dinosaur and me? How long do you have that? Is that in your album, in your portfolio?
Yes.
You want me to send it
It's
to
in
you? Is
every-
that what you're saying?
Every night at 12
He's saying
o'clock.
He doesn't believe you just made it now. He believes that you've had it for a while.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's
No.
an
Because I
NFT.
know
You
it's
can
work.
buy it.
That is
Yes.
creative work, and that takes time to put together.
You no,
Start
it really
the bidding
doesn't.
on that
I'm
NFT.
surprised.
That's the first NFT that we're selling.
POS NFT. Let's go. Start the bidding at 700. See where it goes. Wow.
The NFT stands for nice, Frank, and Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank, take that dino cock. Frank, you ever wake up one day and then look over and it looked like that dinosaur? Did you just look for your wife? What did you do?
He's like, there's no dinosaurs
Check it
here.
out. Nobody's
I
here
meant
now by
back in the
myself.
day when you did drugs and you'd sleep with some
Oh.
whore.
Oh,
Did you look
God.
like that?
They were worse. I mean, my goal was for that. I mean, I never achieved that. I mean, God, that was wonderful. Bobby, where is
He's
he?
gone again.
He's gone
back.
again.
Oh, now he's back. Here he is.
Here
Back.
he is.
All
Well,
right.
Bobby, I appreciate that. It brought back a lot of memories.
Thanks, buddy. I do what I can.
Bobby, I appreciate it because it cleared my sinuses. That was amazing. Frank, you got a story for us?
Yeah, this is something that happened to me recently, and I'm trying to get to the
You died. It's the day you died.
bottom of it. I'm trying to get a handle on it. And I know there's got to be a POS in the story, but we just got to try to figure out who it is. A couple of months ago, I came down with pneumonia and I wound up in the hospital. There was no rooms available, so I spent 8 hours in ER.
Yeah.
So I was able to deal with that. They finally had a room. They wheeled me into a room. I put on the gown and I get up because I had a cough constantly. I never stopped coughing for 6 weeks. And I wasn't able to lie down. So I would have to sit in a chair by the window. And when I got there, I said, boy, this is nice. It's nice and warm. And then when I get comfortable, I realize it's 90 degrees in there.
Oh,
I said, whoa, after about a half hour, I said, I can't take this. So I called the nurse in. She comes in. I said, could you make it a little cooler in here? I said, I can't believe it. So she goes by the thermostat. She says, I'll try. So she tries, nothing happened. So I called for maintenance. I said, I gotta get somebody maintenance up here to fix this. So the guy from maintenance says, yeah, we got a problem in here. Do you want it hot or cold? I said, right now I want it cold. I mean, it's just too hot in here. So he does something to the thermostat and all of a sudden the heat goes off and the air conditioning goes
Frank,
on.
Frank, it was too hot in there?
Yeah.
That's what you said?
Yeah. It was extremely warm. It was 90 degrees.
It's too hot in here.
Yeah, take off all your clothes.
Yeah. Good advice.
Here it comes. Yeah. That is
That's
the
the only
worst dinosaur suit of all time.
That's the only thing that would make me forget about the heat. But so now the air conditioner
Is a
comes on.
T-Rex eating your box from behind?
Yeah.
Yes. I forget about I wouldn't call maintenance in on that one.
It goes down to 55 degrees.
Ugh.
So I'm in a war with them for the next 4 days. It's either 90 degrees or 55 degrees. And I am cursing them out and they're coming up and they change it. They said, we're going to come up in 2 more hours. I said, well, you come up here in 2 hours and you change it. I couldn't deal with it. The nurse even came in. She says, oh, you're cold. Yeah, I had blankets all over. I had blankets over my head, all over my body trying to keep warm.
Temperature control seems like pretty basic shit for a hospital.
Yeah. And she said, don't you think you should have brought warmer clothes with you? I said, fuck you, get out of here. So finally, my doctor's coming. I said, listen, you haven't cured me. I'm still coughing every 10 seconds. I'm out of here. Release me. Just to get rid of me, they released me. I mean, I wasn't cured or anything like that. I went home still with pneumonia. So who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it me for demanding too much? Is it the nurse for having no compassion at all and dropping that line on me? You should have brought warmer clothes. Is it the maintenance guy that really didn't give a shit? He was getting his $22 an hour. Or is it the hospital? Or is it COVID? that was the only room available. I had to wait 8 hours for it, and then I had to suffer in this one room, and they never had another room for me. So who's the piece of shit in this story? Pat?
Me? All right.
No, not you. I'm saying you to go.
I'm gonna go. No, I know you weren't calling me the piece of shit in the story, but it's you. How is it anyone else?
Why me?
No.
I got pneumonia.
No,
I almost died.
No, you didn't, Frank. First of all, you never die. Second of all, you multiply. That's what you do. I know you're gonna say it's not you, but whenever I don't go to the hospital often, I'm never sick. I've never had the flu. I get COVID. I just don't get sick. So if I'm in the hospital, it's because I get hurt. So maybe I have or I might have high blood pressure. The one time I had to go there today, like, hey, take some medication. That I don't go often, but when I do, I act like a civilized person. I don't act like a diva. If it's hot, I don't say shit. I'm just hot. If it's cold, I don't say shit. It's just cold because it's a fucking hospital and they have other things. You didn't pay to go. No, don't you shake your little fucking diva head at me. You love to go places and act like I am the prime minister and you need to take care of me. You're just a hospital person.
No,
fuck you. What if someone else needs a hot? What if there's somebody?
I had 102
I'm
fever.
talking.
I had 102 fucking fever and they didn't give a shit. I could
You're
No, see,
2 years old.
right.
They thought it was telling your age.
Okay, that fever changes everything.
He just made that part up because I'm yelling at him.
No, I had fever when I went in and I had fever when I left.
Yeah,
They
because you got
couldn't
all
help
pissy and raised your temperature up. You probably did that thing like in the Brady Bunch where they fucking take like a little heat, like a match, they put it next to the thermometer, and then they go, I'm sick, and then you burn your tongue. Okay, 102, fine. Then you shouldn't be in some dopey room. You should be fucking under knife because you're 80 years old and your body's burning. You shouldn't be hanging out in a room. Stop acting like a diva. Do your stay and get out.
Oh, Pat. Don't call me a diva.
You're a diva.
I admit sometimes I am a diva.
And
but
then
not
this case is one of those
I had pneumonia. I had infancy pneumonia.
Everybody has pneumonia now.
You don't know what it is to get sick.
Pneumonia is the new cooties.
You have no idea what it is to get sick.
I don't, Frank. I don't, because I'm healthy and I didn't do.
I don't wish it on you. I don't wish on you what I had.
What?
Well,
sweet beer and dinosaur sex?
Hell yeah.
I want that shit.
Oh man, I just had this image of Mexico. Oh my.
All right, instead of doing Mexico,
What? Because the
take it to the next person. Do your
What?
job. I'm done. Take
All
it to
right.
the next person.
Andre, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with the maintenance person. What a shitty job. Like, just, oh, these are your two polar, unlivable choices. You can either burn your nuts off with 102-degree fever, or you can fucking freeze to death at 55 degrees. Like, it's like the worst IT guy in the world. Like, totally, I can fix your webcam, but you're never going to be able to type a number again. Like, it's just like, what a shitty shit. And then the nurse too, because if you're running that serious of a fever, their job is to break your fever. They will stuff your armpits and groin with ice packs.
Andre, they tried to break me.
But that's the thing. Like, they should be trying to bring your temperature down with ice packs in your armpits.
Knew he was
and your
lying,
groin.
though, Andrew. That's why.
But like that, they didn't give a shit about the ambient temperature is so fucking stupid. It's like, all right, bitch, then get out of here and film a TikTok video. I'm going home.
Yeah.
So I'd say maintenance person. Number 2 was the nurse.
They didn't respond to it. I took a blanket, I put it over the fans, and I secured it with the telephone, with anything I had available.
Concertina wire.
You know what? It looked like Christopher Columbus on a ship across.
Yeah, we all know that because we were all alive too then. Why do you know what Christopher Columbus's ship looked like, you old fuck?
Well, he drew up the blueprints. So, I mean, what else did this bitch of a black nurse say to you?
Whoa, we went there.
That was it. I mean, I just didn't bring enough clothes to keep warm. It was my responsibility.
But it stings more when it stings more when that news is delivered in a Jamaican accent. Am I right, Frank?
No. No, she looked just like you. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I'm sorry. All right, I've already apologized.
Frank, now it's racist.
I'm sorry?
The story is
No,
now
I'm
racist.
racist.
No.
Frank,
You
I
wanna
didn't
talk
realize
racist?
that you were mad at the help, the third world country person who didn't understand our technology because they have fire and flint where they're from.
Yeah, we just got the wheel last week. Hang on.
You want me to heat you up? Like, we're sorry, Burl Ives. We didn't know. Can you kick it to the next guy, please?
Bobby, what's your turn?
Normally I'd jump on the opportunity to call Frank a diva. And I would draw some questions to how sick you were with your ability to perform a minor construction project with your blankets. That said, like pneumonia, I get it. You got to treat the guy. He's cold. Keep him warm. But the way the doctor violated you just isn't right. And I won't stand for that.
I had fun too, Bobby.
You guys, I'll tell you something. You guys,
Well done.
See,
I like my hairstyle.
I didn't think that T-Rexes had sex like that because, like, he can't pull her hair. Like, the arms are too short.
When you
Although I guess
Google
dinosaurs had
dinosaur
feathers.
sex, that's the second picture that comes up.
With Frank's face on it.
Yeah, with Frank, but I had to put Dinklage in myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he frowns on live cat or live action versions
He
with
hates it.
dwarves and
Yeah.
dinosaur fucking.
He's like, I don't care if two dinosaurs and a Frank got work out of this. This is bullshit. But Bobby, it's Frank, right? That's an asshole, no?
No, I think it's
Say that.
if it was another ailment, I would say Frank, but it's really the hospital. Like you got to take care of a guy who's freezing.
Yeah.
But he wasn't really freezing.
Poor Frank's in there dying of PCP pneumonia he got as a complication of his AIDS positive status, and they won't give him a goddamn blanket.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot that Frank had AIDS.
That's
It's
why
the
I didn't
good
want to give
kind,
him a
though, the
blanket.
Magic
Though.
Johnson money.
So did he. That's how he got the pneumonia.
Yeah. Frank, pneumonia, it's not even a real disease. Anything that has a P at the beginning, but you don't say isn't real.
There's a P in front of at the end.
The beginning.
Yeah, you tell me there's a P in front of the end.
There's a P in front of the N.
Wow.
Yeah, pneumonia. And if you,
Go figure that out. I mean, what idiot came up with that spelling?
yeah, I know, some kind of asshole. Well, I don't like things that aren't real, like dinosaur.
Well, I mean, the pneumonic plague's pretty real. You get that, you're dead in a day.
Not real. As we talked about something else I don't think is real on the Patreon, but I won't say now, Bobby. But that might cause some controversy. A whole race of people I believe aren't real. That's on there.
Lesbians aren't a race. Don't worry about it.
No, they're real. And they make candles in Northampton, Massachusetts. They're real mad about it.
Also,
too.
lesbians doesn't have a P. That's kind of their whole thing. They stay away from the P.
No,
That's
the
right.
person I said wasn't real didn't have P either. But they've been peed on.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think everyone has once, but not on purpose. Like as a baby, you probably did it to yourself. Frank pays for it. It's a different thing. See, Frank, we all agree it's you. Anyway,
No. Let's take a straw poll here.
A straw poll? Why not just a show of hands? Wouldn't that be-
I want this. I want
everybody to hold up a straw when I tell your name.
You ignorant fuck. Now you're killing turtles. We don't have straws.
I have a straw.
Here's my straw, Frank.
All right, whatever.
Bobby, pull your straw out. You already showed nudity. It's okay.
Oh yeah, I did. Frank fucking the dinosaur.
With tits.
Frank's a power bottom. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Just gotta let that horsey ride.
Okay, I'm gonna Bobby once again. Here comes ignorant Pat doing his dumb. I'm vanilla, but is that a thing? Is that really a genre of porn?
Oh yeah, T-Rex fucking was big for a while.
Wait,
In 2016.
like a guy just wearing a suit, just fucking people in a dinosaur costume? Wait, who's watching that? Isn't that silly? Who
Yeah,
jerks
who
off
is
to
it?
silly?
I think it was more like Have you ever seen the videos where the guys are wearing like a ski mask or like a stupid mask so you don't see their face and it's like an instant boner killer? I think it was more of just like a fun way.
But is the video go to like completion or is it just like a 2-second outtake?
Oh, I think it goes
Outtakes.
to completion.
Porno outtakes.
It's bloopers.
I am getting on Pornhub tonight and searching, blooper reels.
I'll bet you there are bloopers. I know that
Yeah.
there's bloopies.
Like,
I know how that
I
is.
got it in my eye. Like,
Yeah, but no, you know what? They do that at the end of like a really rough porn when they think the girl's like in trouble. At the end, they make her sit there and go, "Hello, I am fine. It's okay. I am alive." Well, like they could have recorded
Condon
that
being
before.
held to her head just out of frame.
Right, but they also could have recorded that before.
Yeah.
You don't know. They just put it at the end. Like Frank really wasn't having tits in that picture. Bobby put them there. Frank was just a regular guy getting fucked by a dinosaur. He didn't have tits.
I was just
Bobby,
trying to
do
class
you have
it up
any
a bit.
stories?
I do not this week. No,
That's
sorry.
fine. That's fine, sir. I will do stories. That's why I'm here. So and Frank, thank you for sharing. Your stories used to be all about like your pranks, and now it's just whatever you did that week.
I mean, I thought that was important to try to find out or get to the bottom of it. Who the piece of shit is in it? Was it the nurse? Was it the hospital? Was it the maintenance man? They took away my human rights. My human rights were violated, Pat.
You really weren't, you fucking diva. You're a first world country guy that's just fucking doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if you were in a third world country, you wouldn't worry about that what hut they were taking care of you in.
I am not in a third world country.
I wish you were. How about that? You like that? Frank, did you when you were there, did they give you cocaine?
No, they didn't.
Because cocaine was the secret ingredient in the pig to human heart transplant that happened earlier.
I can't wait to get one.
The organ used during the groundbreaking pig to human heart transplant that took place earlier this month got a boost from an unlikely drug, cocaine. Now, doctors hope to see more of the party drug in transplant hospitals. Dr. Muhammad Muhudin, director of xenotransplantation, which I'm sure I didn't say any of that right, which refers to the processing of transferring an animal organ into a human, is a historic work on a 57-year-old patient who became the host of a genetically modified pig heart. The heart was developed by a lab company, Revicor, tweaked so that its DNA would be more amenable to a human host. Then fortified with the party drug by Swedish medical tech company Zivio before traveling to the U.S. So basically, they got the heart all coked up so it could travel. Like, right. I know people like that. They're all fucked up and they're like, we can't, you got to go out later. It's like, here, do this line and you'll be fine. And then they're able to go do their job. That's basically what they did with this heart. And the Swedish people did it. Usually transplant organs originate from much shorter distances as they deteriorate within a few hours outside the body. Mohoyden explained how cocaine was used in a mixture among hormones, including cortisol and adrenaline, that keep the live tissue from spoiling during its long journey overseas to Maryland, but the proprietary solution raised flags with drug enforcement officials in the U.S. where cocaine has never before been used in the setting. The cocaine name pops out because everyone thinks, oh my God, what's the cocaine doing here? Mohoyden told the outlet. A lot of people are actually a little bit outraged about this. Some people are upset because they hear the word cocaine, like he said, and they get mad and they're like, we shouldn't be doing that. It's going to do bad things. But they're doctors. They know what they're doing. So who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it this doctor for using cocaine and then telling everybody it's cocaine? You could use another medical term for it and not call it cocaine. That wouldn't scare people. But you're saying this to draw attention to yourself because you want everyone to know, look what I did. I fucking put cocaine on a pig heart and I sent it from Sweden to fucking somewhere else to go take care of people. So is it that doctor? Is it the people in Sweden who were like, yeah, this is what we do. Send it to us. We'll get that heart all coked up and we'll ship it off to you. It'll be fine. Is it the pig, the fucking pig who doesn't have a good enough heart? He's just living his dumb life and he tries to donate his heart like a good pig does. He put it on his donor card as a license. And then they're like, what's your deal? He's like, I used to do a lot of coke. You're going to have to give the heart cocaine so you can send it off to people. Or is it this 57-year-old who for the rest of his life not only will be the guy who has a pig heart, but also has the pig heart that did cocaine, which makes him doesn't matter what else he did. Good dad, great grandfather, whatever. Nope. Pig cocaine heart guy. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Bobby, go first.
Oh, I think it's anybody who tries to use animal hearts in humans.
Yeah.
Like Penn State spent a ton of money developing like a robotic heart that they tested in cows, and it went absolutely nowhere. Like the future's not animals, it's not cocaine. How good do you think medical grade cocaine would be? And is this doctor the greatest doctor of all time? Like, do you think he's just sitting in there like, yeah, I think the pig heart will be, yeah, just sprinkle it in, it worked for me. You know what I mean? Like, how good would you be if you had medical grade cocaine every day?
Well, how should we get this heart over there? I'm thinking maybe you just get it all cooked up. Like, okay,
You know, he just spilled it on and was like, "Oh fuck, yeah, no, I intended to do that. It'll keep the tissue safe."
Dude, we should do a line on the pig heart. That'd be nuts. And
Like-
as they're getting ready to do it, they come in and go, is the heart ready? It's like, fuck, yeah. We had to put cocaine on it to make it travel better.
Like 6 months later, the guy.
Ah,
6 months
damn
later,
it.
Bobby's dead. Hey,
shit.
hey, people watching right now, if there's no sign that you should fucking donate to our Patreon more than Bobby not being able to keep his internet going, we need to keep that hamster alive. It's $3 a month. Sign up for the Patreon so Bobby can have internet, because this is insane. He was going to say something epic, but instead, we'll move on to Andrea. Hopefully you don't go blowing away. Who's the piece of shit in this story?
I'm gonna have to go with the 57-year-old. Like, how many you couldn't cut back on your sticks of butter intake per day to not need a goddamn pig heart, you piece of shit. Like, it's disgusting.
Like,
Screw that guy.
yeah, like I have high blood pressure. I've been to the doctor for that stuff. Who knows? Someday I'll have issues. If they offer me anything that isn't human, I'm not taking it. I'm gonna be like, I've done it. I don't want to be the guy who has animal parts in me.
Yeah, I mean, it's either take care of what you were born with or kill yourself like a man. Like,
Yeah.
get in your car, put a brick on the accelerator, and see how big of a fireball it's going to make when it hits a brick wall. You know?
Yeah, we don't need to island Dr. Moreau with the fuck out of my heart. You know what I mean? We don't need to fucking make shit up, do all that.
Yeah.
Bobby, you want to finish what you were saying?
Yeah, just like use stem cells, I think is what I was saying. I don't remember what I was just ranting
You had this
about.
whole thing, and you're like 6 months in, and boom, it cut out. We
Oh
didn't know.
yeah, 6 months in, the guy's gonna come in for his checkup, and they're gonna be like, "Are you feeling okay?" He's gonna be like, "Yeah, the heart's great. Do have a craving for fentanyl now. Any idea why I'm addicted to fentanyl?" I just be like, "Oh yeah, that shit was stomped on as fuck."
Or better, do you think he just starts rolling around in his own shit? And they're like, that's cool. That's just part of what he does now.
Just
Does he have
eats
to-
whatever.
Up his anti-rejection meds if he eats pork. How's that work?
I wonder if he can eat more pork now because it's part of it.
I
Yeah.
can't eat pork anymore. I don't have the heart for it.
Yeah. Well, you are what you eat. So
Wait,
oink,
what's the
oink.
religion where you can't have pork?
Judaism or Muslims?
If he's either one of those, you think that would have been a problem?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Oh, definitely.
But they wouldn't care about saving his life. The religion's more important than the
No.
life.
Okay, my brother. I know you think you could live with a pig heart, but instead you could take this backpack and get 72 virgins.
Yeah. Ask
You
your
said that-
doctor if your health is healthy enough for terrorist activity.
Hey, Bobby, I don't know if you know, they said the pig heart weighed 9 pounds 11 ounces.
No way. No.
Yes, it was. Frank, who's the piece of shit in the cocaine heart story?
Before I give you the POS, in the
Just do
story,
your job.
I'm going to make a prediction. By the end of this century, we're going to have transplants of human hearts into pigs.
Okay,
I
we'll
think
all be
it's
dead. The end of the
totally
century?
reversed. By the end of the century.
We'll all
We're
be
not going to
dead.
be around, so who cares?
I
But
think
anyway,
the
the
pigs are
piece of
going to
shit is
walk on
very
their hind
simple.
legs.
These
Hang on,
doctors,
Frank. This is a good one. I think the pigs are going to walk on their hind legs.
that's where I come in.
Yep. They're all going to walk on their hind legs. Are you doing it first, Bobby, or no?
So listen, the piece of shit is whoever is against science, that these doctors came up with this unbelievable way to save a human life.
So you 10 minutes ago when you were bitching and moaning about your nurses, when you were literally against science.
If only one of them had brought Frank cocaine, he'd be singing a different tune.
Okay, would have solved the whole story.
Wouldn't have been cold then.
Yeah.
These
No
wonderful
shit.
doctors who can't fix a heater, but they can put a pig heart in a dumb guy.
Why does it come back to me? You know,
Just
Or they
you
could've
fucking are a
researched
hypocrite.
that, Frank. They were busy playing fucking God.
I do want to say, I just now, I don't know why it took me so long to notice. I do appreciate that Frank, out of the three of you, has the clearest camera. Like,
Yes.
thank God we could see you in HD, Frank.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I was prepared, did everything before the show started, so I wouldn't have a problem. I've been working on it for about 3 hours. I got it right, and I was ready.
What did you do the rest of your day?
Rested my day?
Yelled at
Yeah.
a Mexican to fix his heat.
Yeah.
That's far. I don't remember. It's a long time
That's
ago,
why.
Bobby.
That's kind of my point.
long
That's
time
why you
ago.
have the best camera.
But I'm sure I did what I did the rest of the day is what I did yesterday. I think it's the same thing.
Why
And
couldn't
no animals were hurt while I did it.
That's because somebody was wearing a costume. They weren't an actual animal, Frank.
Yeah. Remember when you got fucked by a dinosaur earlier? That was crazy.
Yeah. It brought back memories.
I think the piece of shit in this story is the doctors. Because, okay, I get it. We're doing groundbreaking things. And it does sound great. But to me, it just sounds like a cheap way out. Because what they're doing is, you're telling me there's not any other people? There's a lot of people. Like so many people, but they were like, you know what, be cool for stories because everyone's talking about COVID and how we're doing TikTok dances and we're kind of shitty and people liked us. Now we're not heroes. What do we do to get in the news? I don't know. Pig heart, like, 2 years ago that would have been cool. We got to step it up. Like, give it cocaine. They're like, yeah, and then like that'll get them talking.
Now, you just brought up an interesting point, Pat. You know, there have been transplants that have not been allowed to go through because the recipient and or the donor have not been vaccinated against COVID. Was this pig vaccinated for COVID?
Yes, it actually had 2 booster shots and a side of bacon.
Oh, so that's why this guy got a pig heart with myocarditis. Got it.
Yes,
I
that's
just
why.
think it's wild in Sweden they're allowed to call women's pigs still. That's fantastic.
Dude, that's the ultimate joke. When if that guy's married and someone's like, "So you're part pig now?" He's like, "Well, yeah, my wife's side." Yeah, I got a pig heart. My wife's got a pig face and big ankles. I hope he's in, because here's the thing we all think. This guy gets a pig heart and we're like, what a great guy. Well, what if he's a terrible guy? What if he's an awful man and people were like so happy he was going to die and now he gets to stay alive with a pig heart and just keep molesting that neighbor now?
Oh, yeah.
The neighbor thought they were safe. They were finally going to get freed from that furnace they were shackled to, but nope. Pig heart's coming out stronger than ever.
Ugh. Yeah,
On
it's
the positive
terrible.
note, she'll be fed again. It's been a while since she's had some food. He's been in the
Yeah.
hospital.
And so will he. He's going to eat corn out of a trough now.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Is there any other way?
I hope they make a Braveheart version of him, Pig Heart. And it just comes out. You can have my heart, but you can't take my freedom. And he starts running around with fake blood on his face. Oh, I can watch that movie. I was hoping when you went away again, Bobby, you're going to come back to Frank fucking a pig.
No, that would have been awesome.
While holding its heart in his hand, eating it with Peter Dinklage giving it a tug underneath.
I don't know why I know this, but doesn't it take like a half hour to jerk off a pig, or they have really like interminably long orgasms?
I guess I'm Googling things I didn't know I was going to Google. How
Not
long
here to
on
help.
here.
does it take
Pig shit
to
porn. Go.
jerk off a pig? All right. It says that some of these might be explicit, and it took me right to porn. There's a lot of
Ah.
videos about it.
Oh.
Chubby MILF takes off her bra and gets naked to make. Well, okay, they're saying pig, but they just mean they're calling a lady that. So I'm not.
Okay.
Now,
Oh,
are they
13
just
animal
calling her-
masturbation facts that'll make you feel better about yourself. Okay. It'll
They
make you
can't
feel better
beat
about
off
you
with their
being
cloven
single as
hooves?
fuck. Male marmosets. No, we don't want that. Marine iguanas. No. Orangutan. Orangutan again. Bottlenose
Orangutan
dolphins.
gangbang.
Yeah. Sometimes Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins just kind of splooge without any clear reason. That's a real thing. Not to
They
be
come soft.
outdone. Spotted dolphins
Frank, you're a
masturbate by
bottlenose
sticking their
dolphin.
dicks. Spotted dolphins masturbate while sticking their dicks in the sand and moving back and forth. I know people that do that. There's some monkeys. Spider monkeys.
And his
are
internet
not,
didn't work tonight, so he couldn't join in.
God damn it. Spider monkeys are not above using the prehensile tail to masturbate. I don't know what that means. Okay. Male horses. Where's the pigs? Female chimps. Male African ground squirrels masturbate all the time. Some researchers think this is a cleaning adaptation that prevents squirrel STIs. Nothing. It's a lot of masturbating. There's that. Nope, nothing on pigs.
Weird.
At least in
how could a pig masturbate? It has hooves.
Frank, how long does it take you to jerk off a pig?
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you're reaching for something like they're reaching for the stars. Nothing's going to happen. The hoof is not going to get there. It's like, have you ever seen a dinosaur jerk off?
No, Frank, they're not real.
It's too short.
Wouldn't it be hilarious? Like we find some fossilized dinosaur, like a la, fucking Pompeii or something, and it's got its little fucking T-Rex hand like wrapped around.
Well, it could be the buddy system, but an individual is going through it.
Two T-Rexes.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to elaborate.
You're both looking the other way. You're not gay or nothing.
But this is not a pun, but I have experience with a donkey jerking off.
But okay? Frank, let's not spin into one of your deals.
I'm not going into it.
You're gonna do it. Yeah, how are you not gonna? You're gonna bring this up now. We gotta know.
It's Tijuana in the 60s. It happens.
It happens.
They had women there that were willing to supply the donkey with the hand to masturbate.
With the hand?
The hand. Or the hand. Two hands.
Don't do this ever again. I don't want to see you churn butter. Especially when Bobby has that thing in the background, because now I see that and it's ruined it for me. Because that was a good thing and now it's a terrible thing. Frank, this is why they didn't change your heat. Because you yell shit out like, how do pigs jerk off? They have hooves. Like I'd be like, I'm leaving the room. We're leaving the heat on. I hope this guy dies.
I'm the voice of reason. Hopefully you'll understand that. Here
we go. Hey, Frank, you're back, baby. There you go.
Yeah, I like, my legs aren't too bad. The pig and I love it.
If you're at home watching this one and going, they're letting this on YouTube, but the other one can't be, yeah, go watch the other one. It's a different level, but this is actually still safer and less offensive. It's just Frank getting fucked by animals. You know what? Frank's gonna get a bunch of letters from like really mad white women that use like pronouns and stuff, and they're gonna be like, "Did you ask for consent from those animals?"
And Frank's gonna respond to, "The pig looked mad to you."
I don't know. Why don't you ask your mom? Frank will respond. Andrea, thank you so much for being on today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Please tell people where they can follow you.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm on Twitter at Andrea from SLC. I am on Instagram at Patrolly. Kind of an odd handle. Just go with it. You can see me loitering in the background of Compound Media shows shortly before they're canceled. And I'm over at Gas Digital. And you can catch me around the city in parts of Long Island.
By the way, I'm happy you just did that first part of the plug, because forever I didn't understand why someone doesn't seem like a huge pothead or hippie, was Patrulli. And I always read it as that, but it's not Patrulli, it's Patrolli because you were in the military and patrolling. Now it makes sense to me, but I always thought it was Patrulli.
No, actually it comes from Ski Patrol. I ran a ski patrol, so I was a patroller patrolly.
Still makes more sense than me reading it wrong and thinking patchouli, the smell that hippies use to cover weed.
Yeah.
I was never understood that you were that.
Maybe better off. Yeah, they'd be better off covering up pot smell with gasoline. I mean, ugh. Patchouli.
You also dated yourself, fucking Tommy Chong. Nobody's used patchouli in 60 goddamn years.
And by the way, in college, people used it. I was in college in the late 90s.
Hard time.
No,
Incense
but-
was big, like right after you got out of college. And then it was
Incense
like
was big then too.
It was then they had those like fruit sprays that like you smelled like a Pop-Tart flavor, whatever. Like
That was past my time. That was newer. But incense, a lot of girls I was hooking up with in college, every room had dumb little sticks all over the place that were burnt all on the ground. Yeah, it's like Frank.
Yeah.
In college, I got inspired by a
Tell people
DIY
shit.
video where you turn a
Oh, go ahead.
orange into a candle and you fill it with like lighter fluid and then stick an incense stick in. And I left for class and came back to my roommate with a fire extinguisher fighting a full-on fire on my desk.
Fuck. Holy shit.
That's awesome. Now,
Lucky he still had a dorm room.
if you want to try that at your house and then send us a video, send it to Bobby on Twitter. Anyway, Frank, tell him things.
I am so excited, Pat, because I'm making my return after 3 months being laid up with pneumonia.
We got it.
I'll be at Comics and Mohegan Sun with Pat on February 3rd and February 17th. Fun shows. Come out for some laughs. Get a head start to your weekend on a Thursday night. Looking forward to that. You could follow me on Facebook. You could follow me on Instagram at Frank Behavior. And I believe on what is that? The Twitter. You can follow me at Frank Behavior, I believe. And there's some more memories of Frank in the old days.
When are there memories of you in the old day? Everything for you is an old day.
Good point.
I like the hairstyles.
That's good. Bobby.
Go on demand. Check out the Eastside Dave Show with Roy Harder.
On Compound Media.
On Compound Media, yeah. While you're there, subscribe. It's a great network. Honestly, the Eastside Dave Show's over. They'll do something new, but it was a great time, and I couldn't be more thankful for the opportunities and things they taught me along the way. If you want to see me, the big show I need you guys at is February 6th, 9 p.m., Broadway Comedy Club. It is a bringer. I need you to be the people I bring. Use promo code Bobby. Please help me get into this club.
You know how much tickets are?
$20, but if you use the promo code, 15.
Oh, then go. Guys, go. It's 15 fucking bucks. Go support Bobby.
If you want to go and can't afford it, just text me. I'll buy your ticket. Like, it's no big.
He just needs the butt in the seat.
Yeah, exactly. I just need people there so I can audition. If it was Hershey, it wouldn't be a problem. I just don't have a big following in New York.
Cool. And we should also share something on Facebook when you need people to go, and I'll share it to people that I can make go. So
sweet. Thank you.
that. It was funny because with the Eastside Dave thing happening in Talib happening and all that stuff, it made me think about how I shot a pilot for Compound and it never got picked up. And I was like, oh, if my pilot got picked up, I would have also gotten fired this week. So it's a nice memory to think about what could have been. I would have been released right about now as well. So that would have been great. So how about a little shout out to me and the dream I never even had that is now finally extinguished. There
and we would have never met. So this is good.
No, I'm happy I did the pilot, but if I kept the show, we would have met and I still would have hired you even earlier for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, we're doing it here. We're having fun. We're having Andrea's on. Please just follow us on YouTube at the POS podcast or on the Patreon for those $3 a month. Go check out the one with Avery Quinn and Mike O'Donnell. It is hilarious, but it will not be anywhere else. We have a lot of content. There's always one show there every week, and then there's one on the YouTube every week. So go on there to get extra content. Frank won't be on that one because Frank's a diva. Frank does 7:30 time starts, not 8 o'clock time starts, because that's great. But Frank's not a diva. A half hour makes all the difference in the goddamn world. And you're watching this, make sure you set your thermometer to a certain temperature, or Frank won't show up to the tape that you're
That's right.
What was that, Bobby?
Last night we finished at 8:45. Tonight we're finishing at 9.
I think we started a little later than that, but still.
Maybe.
A little closer. Yeah. So, Andrea, once again, thank you so much. Frank, great to see you as always. I will see you next week. Hopefully, we'll be on the podcast for that. Everyone has been asking. I talked to Ben Ortiz today. He was gonna come on, but he couldn't because he had sex recovery class. I don't know what that is, but as
Pretty
soon
much
as
what we're
that
gonna
is
do to him on
over,
the podcast.
he's gonna be coming on next week to talk about his whores. So, with that being said,
Ooh.
Bobby,
If you can't beat him, or if you can't join him, beat him. And remember, don't be a piece of shit.
Frank fucks dinosaurs.